Well, that was a much longer break than I originally thought it was going to be. That was like almost like a 45-minute break.
Oh, one second. Hey, Mom. Nothing. I should be done here in a little bit. I'll head that way. Yeah. Unless by the time I get out of here, y'all gone, then I'll just scratch it. But we'll see. Okay. I love you. Bye. Sorry, it's my Gustin's birthday today.
Shoot, bro. You should have gone there.
Nah, bro.
Well, I appreciate the loyalty, bro.
You know I got your back.
All right. Mob ties.
Yeah, so
Mob ties
family
and
lore.
actually communism, too.
Family lore. No communism ties. We hate communism over here.
His dad was actually the...
Bro, don't even... Nah.
The general.
Mm-mm. My dad bleeds red, white, and blue, bro. His favorite movie's Top Gun.
Dog, I know he's American, bro. To the
Yeah.
core.
It is actually Top Gun. I'm not even trolling.
That's hilarious. Other than the Tom Cruise, I refute that, but...
Yeah, Tom Cruise is kind of chopped, but... Well, he's like a Chad except for Scientology.
I was going to say, he ain't chopped. It's just a Scientology.
But you could be chopped off of more than just looks, you know?
Oh, he's chopped, like, spiritually.
That's what I'm saying.
Also, he's a little insecure with his height and everything. I've noticed that, but...
Yeah, chill in the short kings, bro. I just doxed my height. It's over.
Did you dox your height?
Yeah, earlier.
Oh, that's true. I asked you.
Yeah.
I tricked him, bro.
That was the whole point of the pod. No, but...
We got him.
So, yeah, so my family lore... So my great-great-grandpa on my dad's side was in Italy during Mussolini's reign. And family tradition lore is that he was in the mob. I don't know what he did. I think it's just like just a normal like lay person in the mob. It's just what you did if you're like from Sicily. You know what I mean? So
He was
he's a mafioso.
Low-level mafioso?
Yeah, probably a low level. I probably got some cousins in the mob, bro. The Morrow last name is pretty big over there.
Really?
Yeah, it's really big over there, actually. So, maybe I got someone who I'm related to. Possibly. I don't even know if the mob is still a thing. I know it's still a thing in, like, certain parts. But...
No, like in New York. So the mafia in Italy now is not like it is here in America. It's not organized. They're just gangs.
That's what I'm saying.
They pretty much got eviscerated by the government, and now they're just random little gangs in every small town.
The mafia here now is more businessmen now, where they're, like, have more of the monopoly.
They're more legit.
Yeah.
But they still do some crazy stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Fun story. We saw the head of, I think it was the Gambino family, when we were in New York, before he was the head of the Gambino family. So we're in Little Italy, and we're sitting at an Italian restaurant, and this guy comes in, he's got his ring on, all his other diamond rings.
Yeah.
He's got a mink coat. And
mink coat is crazy.
He walks in, takes a seat, and he goes like this, and our waiter immediately goes over to him. So, and he just had put our drinks down, and he walked away for a second, and he went to go put something in, and he looks up, and he immediately goes over to him. The guy whispers in his ear, hands him, like, I don't know how much money, but pulls out some cash, and all I saw was him just go like that and hand the guy cash. I mean, it was a good bit of cash. Maybe it was just ones, maybe it was hundreds, I don't know.
It was probably like 20s to 100s.
Yeah, probably hundreds, bro.
What year was this?
20... When did we go to New York? 2017, 2018?
Oh, this was pretty recent.
Not too long ago. I mean, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
7-8 years ago. And
we missed the prime of, like, the mob isn't what it used to be.
No, it's completely, it's been completely...
The RICO Act destroyed it.
Yeah. It was a long process for the RICO Act to destroy it, but they finally kind of destroyed it. The mob isn't dead, though. It's still around.
It's not dead. It's just not what it was in Fear City, New York.
Well, because the thing is that the mob was originally, so I was actually getting my confirmation in the Catholic Church
in New York.
And I look, no, here, years later, like 2-3 years ago, I look on my phone, and I'm looking at mob stuff, and I find his picture as the head of the Gambino family on Wikipedia, and I was like. And I went and showed my mom because she didn't believe me, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, that is the same guy." But no,
that's crazy lore.
So the mob, originally Hoover denied the mob. It wasn't until Frank Costello, that the mob was outed as being a countrywide organization. Because originally, everybody thought the mob was just in New York and Chicago.
Yeah, like Al Capone and stuff like that.
Because Hoover kept saying, no, like the mob's not a nationwide thing.
Bro, some of the most banging Italian restaurants are in like Kentucky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Midwest, those are like Ohio.
Well,
bro.
and then it turns out like they were finding people when Frank Costello set all that crap up and got everybody caught. They just made a movie, Alto Nights, about it.
Really? I'll have to check it out.
Him and Vito Genovese, and De Niro plays both Vito and Frank Costello.
De Niro has a double role?
He has a double role. It was actually
That's
sick.
so De Niro.
He plays it so well.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a big De Niro fan. I don't like him personally.
I don't like him personally either.
But he's
in
such a
some
good
of
actor.
Bronx Tale, I mean, come on.
Bronx Tale was such a good movie. But no, Bronx Tale was like how mob movies should really be depicted, which is showing that like
Crime doesn't pay.
yeah, not
It should be like Scarface.
Scarface kind of glorified it, but at the same time, Scarface kind of showed what it comes to at the end. Like,
Bro, but it's hard because the male power fantasy is to die in a blaze of glory in the last stand. So it's like, it kind of glorifies it in a way.
that Loki is the male. Like, I can't tell you how many Lego figures I played with as a child, where the Lego was like fighting off everybody else, and then he just gets killed, or the action
Last
figure.
stand to Freebird, bro. That's how I want to get. That's how I want to go.
I don't know about Freebird. I'd want something like Passionate.
Yeah.
Not
Ave
something
Maria,
fun.
bro.
No, not even Ave Maria. I want something like a little different, like like a Star Wars kind of like.
Like a John Williams track?
Kinda, bro. Yeah.
No,
That's what I
and
need.
that's yeah, so there's that family lore on my dad's side. My dad's side has a lot of family lore. I don't know too much about my mom's side, only because her family is so big. So it's like hard to
Well, yeah,
pinpoint.
they're the Dominican, aren't they?
No, they're the Mexican and German.
Oh, okay.
So my Dominican, Italian, Argentinians on my dad's side, I'm a mutt.
Really
Even though I'm
not
just
a
a
mutt,
white boy.
Yeah.
At
you're just an
the
average
borderlines,
white boy.
I'm just a white boy, yeah.
At the end of the day, heaven forbid a white boy gets emotion.
Heaven forbid a white boy catch a vibe. No, but
I saw a meme the other day. There's a picture of Epstein. It said,
oh, bro.
said, heaven forbid a white boy gets emotion. I was like, okay.
Not that type of motion.
I was like, that's some crazy motion right there.
We don't claim him.
We don't claim him, bro.
Yeah, no, white-
he actually was not white.
Yeah, we don't have to get into that. But
I had to throw that in there just to see if you'd catch it.
yeah, no.
I was casting the reel. I just want to see if you'd buy it.
I'm not biting that. But yeah, so so from an engineering standpoint, I actually have a lot of engineers on my dad's side from my grandma. So her dad, so her grandpa on her dad's side owned the flour mill in the Dominican Republic. The
Okay.
only flour mill. So bro was like,
Bro was rolling.
bro was literally Scarface. But like legally.
But legally, instead of cocaine, he had flour.
Yeah, exactly. So like, but he was like really, he was a good guy, you know, like he fed the community. Everyone loved him. Like he was genuinely like a really good business owner. Peak Industrial Revolution, by the way. On her mom's side, the grandpa was the textile mill owner. Peak Industrial Revolution. So they were the titans of industry in the Dominican Republic. When the Dominican Republic was pretty rich.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty rich in minerals. It had a good economy. You know, so that my grandma grew up very wealthy,
Yeah.
right? But she's the sweetest soul. Like I want my wife to be like my grandma. They don't make them like that anymore, but like
No, they don't, bro.
they do. They're out there, God willing. But
They're few and far between.
yeah, but
You gotta
so-
get a Latin woman is what you gotta do, bro. Get a traditional Latin woman. Like somebody, like a
Please,
like a woman from like
I need someone that's gonna yell at me. No, I'm kidding.
from the Dominican Republic. That'll do it.
No, but all jokes aside, yeah, so eventually, you know, on my grandma's side, so communism became a thing. So what the communists
Gotta
did,
love it.
yeah, love communism. Just kidding. Communism is evil and from the devil, and we need to just rip down. If the Russian Orthodox Church is listening, go to all the Lenin statues in Russia and melt
I think
them
they
down.
mostly did get melted down.
Good. Melt every aspect of Lenin. There needs to be another a book burning, but for communist books, right? Communist books should get burnt. If you ask, like genuinely, if you ask me, it's an evil philosophy. It's anti-humanist, and it literally just leads to death, i.e. the Holodomor. Like, they don't even teach the Holodomor in schools.
No, they don't.
Right.
Tell in case they don't know what the Holodomor is.
So the Holodomor or the Holodomor both sounded the exact same when I said it, right? Forgive me. But it's basically Stalin to the Ukrainian Orthodox Christians. He starved roughly 10 million Orthodox Christians to death, right? And there was like mass graves, there were shootings, etc. It was essentially genocide of the Orthodox Christians.
No, it was genocide.
Yeah, it was a genocide of the Orthodox Christians, and it was 10 million, which is 4 million more than the Holocaust, right? Which is touted to be the worst genocide, but it's just not true. The worst genocide is the Holodomor, and even like the Armenian genocide and stuff like that, right? Like you can go back further in history. There's a lot of
then
genocides.
the Bolshevik, like when you take all of the communist revolution in Russia, it's around
60 million.
Yeah, it's around 60 million.
Yeah, times 10 of the Holocaust, and a lot of those just happen to be Orthodox Christians. Orthodox Christianity, what's interesting to me about Orthodoxy, right, is that they have suffered the most.
Gates of hell shall not prevail against
gates
them.
of hell shall not prevail against them. But also, John 16:33, in this world you have much tribulation, but take heart, for I have overcame the world, right? So
Yeah.
what church has had the most tribulation, you asked? Well, who's he talking to? The apostles, right? So what church has had the most tribulation? Orthodox Church, hands down, has had the most tribulation. I mean, pray for the martyrs in Syria.
At least of the ones that are in the apostolic, because there are some that have been persecuted more when you say, like, if you're going to per capita, but
Right.
but truth be told, really, of the apostolic faiths, oh, absolutely, it's Orthodox.
That's what I'm saying, of the apostolic faith. So
Those are the only real ones.
that's a good clarification, right? It's the ones that have the most basis for truth.
Oh,
right?
yeah. It's the
We
base
know-
ones.
We know where the Holy Spirit is, but we don't know where it's not, right?
Yeah.
So that's the idea. So
Just go ahead and put in that.
yeah. Shout out Father Josiah. just quote mining him, but
Bro, it's just
no, but quote mining like a Protestant. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
well, actually.
Well, actually, Redditor. No, but the thing is that, yeah, so the Holodomor, you look at all this stuff, but anyway, Dominican Republic. So what they did was they took both of my family's businesses on my grandma's side, but they're like, oh, you can keep your property and we'll make you a governor, but we own everything you own, right? So not only do they make everyone around my grandfather poor, right? Because everyone's equally poor under communism, because it's anti-humanist, right? So everyone's just equally dirt poor, starving, and the death tolls rise. So they made everyone equally poor. And they're like, oh, but you're going to be a governor. And my grandpa was like, I hate politics. I don't want to be a governor.
Yeah.
So they told him, like, no, well, you're going to be a governor. And, you know, like, communists are a lot like Islam in that way, where they don't really give you an option. It's either you go with this state or you die, right? So my grandpa did what he had to do and was like, all right, fine, I'll be the governor, whatever. Moved all of his family out of there because the people revolted because they hated communism, and they were trying to get into my grandfather's compound, right? Which still stood, and my parents actually went to it on their honeymoon, and they said it was really beautiful, and they had a
Compound still there?
Yeah, like a compound. Yeah, I don't know.
It's
I
a
don't.
cartel compound now.
Nah. Everything's above board, at least to my knowledge. I mean, I'm not an expert on the finances. I'm sure there's a little bit of a.
From what I've heard, the Dominican Republic is doing a lot better than Haiti.
Hey, yeah. A lot better than Haiti. That's not a high bar, though, if we're being honest.
No, it's not.
But, yeah, so out of the Caribbean, the Dominican Republic's pretty good. There's some bad parts, but it's a beautiful island.
Well, I've heard that, but also, is better than Haiti. I
Yeah.
mean, Haiti is where the bar, you don't want to be Haiti,
Yeah, no,
basically.
no.
If
Haiti
you're
is
not
terrible.
Haiti, you're doing fine.
Yeah, so we hate communism in my family. I mean, I hate
Bro, I think
communism.
every Christian should hate communism.
Every Christian should hate communism. And not necessarily hate people, but hate their ideals.
As I say, not necessarily hate communists.
But hate communism. Same thing with Islam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't hate Muslims, because some of them are great people, right?
Oh, yeah, I meant
There's really sweet,
Yeah.
loving, awesome people. Hate the ideas, though. Question the presuppositions these ideas are built on, because it's all false. You have to stand on truth, and
gotta stand on business.
that's what really, we could start getting into it now. So Vatican II, for instance,
Here we go.
right? So when I got out of Protestantism, I'm still very grateful for my Protestant days, don't get me wrong. So I don't want to be like shit on everything that I've ever been through because that's not necessarily the right idea,
Yeah.
right? Excuse my language. I'm trying not to cuss. But I'm not trying to like dump on everything that I've ever been through because that's not the right idea in orthodoxy. It's not like, oh, everything's bad.
Yeah.
It's that orthodoxy is so good and so true that we have to.
Trying to see a lighting.
No, we're fine.
Chilling.
Yeah, you get my good side? No, I'm playing.
Why did you? I feel like I look darker. I got a tan while we were talking about that.
It's these lights, bro. It's tanning lights. No, but yeah, you're Dominican now. No, I'm playing. Yeah, so that's why like that's the idea where like that's what I try to go for, especially when talking to my Protestant friends, where it's not like I'm trying to question their presuppositions like sola scriptura, but I'm more trying to be like, well, this is what we believe and why we believe it. Granted, I'm still a layman and a dummy. You know?
That's me. Like, my thing is I go through, what do you know about church history?
Yeah.
And then I start talking about church history, and then like, that sounds so foreign from what I know. And I'm like, exactly.
Well, what broke it for me, just even before you get into Catholicism, because I do want to kind of question some presuppositions in Catholicism, because we were both Catholic for a while.
Yeah.
And
I spent 17 years being Catholic.
Yeah, so I wasn't really that devout, but I didn't know about my faith. Like most Catholics don't really know about the Catholic faith, and it's not necessarily their fault, right? I don't think that the church fully lays out the doctrine they teach that well. At least it's very confusing. It's very confusing, right? But with Orthodoxy, what really first sola scriptura fell for me, because it just doesn't make any sense when you read the scriptures all the way through. Right, I did like
all you got to do is read Acts of the Apostles.
I did like a Nazarite oath where I'm like, I'm not cutting my hair or shaving until I finish the Bible, and I had like Mountain Man beer. Like,
did you really?
Yeah, I have a picture actually.
Bro, pull that up.
Let me see.
Pull that up, Jamie.
Oh, you need a Jamie, bro.
Luca was telling me he's gonna be my Jamie.
Yeah, Luca would be a W Jamie. He'd just be scrolling reels the whole time.
Bro, that's exactly what he would do.
No, I need to chill on him.
Nah, we can hate on Luca.
That's my boy. That's my boy, bro.
We love Luca.
That's my twin.
Me and my twin in him.
Me and my twin in him. That's me and Luca, bro. We're so locked.
I'm telling you, we call them Bert and Ernie.
No.
Luca's so tall and he's...
This was me.
Bro.
Yeah.
That ain't you, bro.
Crazy aura, bro. I was getting like, are you 35? I was having older women hitting
on me. You
on
look like a
me.
hippie, bro.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of hippie art. I was Billions Must Love Chud. No, but yeah. So I read the all the way through. I haven't read the full Deuterocanon. Well, I did read the Deuterocanon in my past, right? But I'm going through rereading the New Testament right now. I'm on Mark. I'm almost finished with Mark.
Have you read like the Deuterocanon of like Maccabees?
Yeah, I've read Maccabees like in the past though, like a while ago.
The Tobit.
Yeah. So I need a refresh on those. I'm gonna do a full Old Testament read after my New Testament.
Me and Isaiah right now, who I had on the pod, we are going through
Shout out to Isaiah.
We're going through all of the. I keep using him as an example when people tell me that the Orthodox Church is ethnic. I'm like, buddy, I got to do with face tattoos. Who was a gangster?
You can use me, bro. I'm a mutt. I don't have an ethnicity. I'm just white.
That's true too, bro. It's just white. But I use examples like that. I'm like, bro, we got like Syrians, we got Lebanese. Like, bro, it's not it.
Yeah, no, it's a very beautiful parish.
But no, he and I are going through Wisdom of Sirach right now.
That's what I love wisdom. Even as a Protestant, I would quote wisdom all the time because to me, wisdom is such a good book.
Oh, there's been a lot that like he and I are reading. We're like, oh my gosh, bro, that's like us.
Yeah.
We were reading today, and I think it was like, don't let your passions control you, because if you let your passions control you, you're a laughing stock. And it was like, bro.
Yeah, we're cooked.
This is black pill right now. Like, this is
the ultimate like chud book is Ecclesiastes, bro. It's literally the nothing ever happens book.
Yeah.
but like
it's like reading numbers. Like
no, but the thing is yeah, chill out.
If you ever hear a Christian
Luca
say,
likes numbers, bro. He's so schizo.
Bro, he's told me he likes numbers. I'm like, dog, if you know a Christian who says that Numbers is one of their favorite books, bro, you gotta start questioning their mental state. Homie just likes reading. Yes.
There's parts of Numbers that are pretty cool.
There are some.
Right, but the genealogies and stuff like are really hard to get through.
The majority of it, where it's just, I get how important it is, though.
It is important. No, it is important.
It's tracing back.
Yeah, it's showing the history. It's like, it was like their version of like church.
Yo, history. Jamie, pull up Numbers real quick.
Nah. Pull up the genealogies real quick. But the idea is that, you read the Bible all the way through. And I came to the conclusion, well, like it's not Protestantism, right?
Yeah.
That was my first conclusion, right? Where I was like, sola fide makes no sense. I mean, Jesus.
Talk about that for those who don't know.
Okay, so sola fide is a Protestant reformer doctrine brought about by Luther, and even further about by John Calvin, who's a heretic, in my opinion.
Oh, John Calvin was crazy.
Yeah, John Calvin is an absolute heretic. But so sola fide is basically you're saved by faith alone. Your works don't matter at all. But then you read Christ, and you're like, well, the parable of all of his parables point to works, like a large
Pull
amount.
up James 6:3
Exactly, bro. Not even James 6:3. It's like James 4 or something.
or James 6:4, whatever it is, or James 4:6. That's one of those combinations, bro. Pull that up, Jamie.
Nah, I got you, bro. Chill. I'm getting used to the thin pages, bro. I'm getting used to the thin pages. It's in 3.
Because you are not saved by faith alone,
Yeah.
but by your works.
This one's in 4. It's in 4.
Told you it's in 4, bro.
I know. You're right.
Don't doubt me.
Don't doubt me. No,
4,
Big
6.
True knows. Nah, it's not 4-6, bro.
What is it?
4-6 is he gives more grace, therefore he says, God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble.
Oh, shoot, bro. That was Lily speaking to me. My fault.
You just got Bible mogged.
I did just get Bible mocked.
Bro, it's in here, though. I know it is.
I know this. It's 4 somewhere.
Is it 4? Are you sure it's 4? It could be like 2. Let me see.
Just look it up on your phone.
Yeah, bro. I don't know why I'm trying to find this right now. My brain does this, bro. When I'm like, oh yeah, like if I'm like talking to somebody, I'm like, oh, what's this? Then I'm like,
Faith that works.
it's my dyslexia, bro.
Where do they even come to your desires and pleasures?
It's 2:17.
What does it profit, my brethren, if someone says he has faith but does not have works? Can faith save him? If a brother or sister is naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you says to them, depart in peace, be warmed and filled, but you do not give them the things which are needed for the body, what does it profit? Thus also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. Well, that kind of refutes everything they just said. Shoot, I was wrong. It's
2:24.
It's 2:14 all the way through 24.
I told you it was 2, bro.
24 specifically says, you see then that a man is justified by his works and not by faith alone. But literally this whole section from 17.
And guess what book?
14.
Guess what books Luther wanted to remove?
Did he want James removed?
He wanted James removed. He wanted Hebrews removed, and he wanted another one removed. I forgot which one.
He removed a lot of the Deuterocanonical.
He removed all the Deuterocanonical books, right? And I don't know why. Maybe because they have some stuff about praying to the dead and Maccabees and et cetera, right? So
Does Maccabees have stuff about praying
Yeah.
to the dead? Yo, pull that up, James.
I don't know exactly where. I haven't read Maccabees in a long time, but I heard that argument from Maccabees like a while.
Look that up real quick for me, because I actually want to know that.
Right, but yeah. So the idea
It'd be a
of
good argument to have.
sola fide completely just fell, and then you have sola scriptura, which to me is even like sola scriptura is almost like a circular faith.
So this is the way you have to think about it. And this is my argument for every sola scriptura. What is the Bible?
Right, the Bible's a liturgical document.
Well, no. What is the Bible to a Protestant? This is the best way to explain it to a Protestant. What is the Bible?
Well, to them,
It's the Word of God.
Yeah.
Which it is in multiple instances. Okay. What is the church? It's the living body of Christ. Well, you can't have word without a body. Otherwise, anybody can take those words out of context to fit whatever narrative they want if they're not there to defend themselves. Therefore, you need the body and the brain to be present to interpret those words and say, no, that's not what I meant when I said this. This is what I meant.
2:12. No, and that's my thing is that I gotta figure out what Maccabees is.
Maccabees is way further back than that.
Back? Yeah, it's right here. Bro, that crazy
The
Bible flip, you
instant
see that?
flip is crazy.
You
Is
see
it
that,
second
bro?
Maccabees?
Yeah, it's second Maccabees 12. It's Judas. It's this one.
Bro, 12 is huge.
Yeah, it's on the next page. It says this. It says They have turned their supplication and prayer into sin they have committed, that they might be blotted out. The noble Judas exhorted his pride to guard themselves from sin, for within their eyes they have not seen what happened to those who died in battle because of their sin. He took up an offering from his soldiers amounting to 2,000 silver drachmas. Can't say that word, sorry.
Drachma, it's the Greek.
Yeah, and sent it to Jerusalem to present it as a sin offering. In doing so, he acted properly with honor, taking note of the resurrection. For if he were not looking for the resurrection of those fallen, it would have been utterly foolish to pray for the departed. So he made a sin offering for the departed soldiers, right?
Yeah.
So,
But also saying it would have been foolish for him to do that for the departed. Also literally said, like, it kind of insinuates there that you should be doing that anyway.
yeah. That's
it
what
also
I'm saying.
insinuates that it happens frequently, at least in the Old Testament.
No, exactly. There's a lot of context there where even then it says that
I had a friend...
because of the resurrection we do that, right?
I had a friend who, I won't say her name. I might have name dropped her in another episode, but I don't want to name drop her again. But she was a trainer with Chick-fil-A, and she was telling me, her and I got into the discussion of orthodoxy. And she told me that in the Presbyterian church, she got told by somebody that it was sinful and wrong for her
I remember this story because you told me about this.
to talk to... I don't think I said it on the pod. I think I just said it to you.
Yeah, we were talking about
To
this
talk
off-cam.
to her deceased brother, who died when he was younger. He only, probably only in his 20s or something. She didn't get too in specifics. They told her it was sinful and wrong. And I just looked at her and I was like, that's so sad. And I said, because he loves it when you talk to you.
Yeah.
I was like, he loves it when you talk to him.
People don't understand the mystery of heaven. Right?
No, they don't.
Right, they don't.
But you can't put human limitations. Like, why would you put, how are you going to put human limitations on heaven?
Right. Exactly. Because we're thinking from a temporal mindset to get quantum physics level on you real quick, right? Let's talk to my hands. That's really Italian me.
That was crazy. He said, that was the Italian came out.
But to, like, we live inside this like box almost, right?
Yeah.
And logic's good. Like logic is a great thing, but logic's limiting. when
Yeah,
you think
logic
about
is
it.
great when it comes for discernment of earthly things, but not heavenly things.
Yeah, exactly. So God exists outside of time, so therefore you can make the argument. I'm not an expert on eschatology, so I don't want to claim to be. I submit what I'm saying to the church, right? But the idea is that, like, I just don't know how it works up there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a mystery to me.
Yeah.
I'm very temporal, and I think that's like the correct approach,
I think so too.
right? To where it's like, you just can't put limits on things like, oh, no, only God can hear. Like, what about Paul saying we're surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses? Can they
And it's
only
saying
see?
at Revelations, the crowd of witness will rejoice.
Exactly. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And then you read scripture, and it's like, okay, well, it just directly refutes these arguments. And not to say that, like, okay.
Am I correct there? Does Revelation say that? I feel like I remember Revelation saying, I would look that up before you try going through all of Revelation, where it says the crowd of witnesses will rejoice at the judgment or something along those lines.
It is. Oh, I know where the judgment happens in Revelation.
Is that correct, though? Do you remember that?
I remember something along those lines. I know the saint argument in Revelations. I use it a lot.
Which one is that?
Revelations 5:8, where there's a liturgical service in heaven to worship God, and the prayers of the saints are the incense offered to God.
Yeah.
Which I've used that to offer for the veneration argument thousands of times, it feels like.
I sent Kobe Kobe's eventually gonna be on the pod. He was on I sent him the something on the veneration of the Theotokos, and he finally watched it, and he came back and he goes, that makes so much sense now.
It does.
And he was like, I get the vessel argument, and I get those things. He's like, that makes sense.
I think it's right here. Says, and I heard there was a voice of a great multitude and the sound of many waters and the sound of mighty thunder saying, Alleluia, for the Lord God omnipotent reigns. Let us be glad. I'm trying to read the context here, sorry. Oh, yeah, and this is talking about the living creatures, they fall down and worship. Yada yada, this is right, blessed are the Lamb. I'm trying to find it.
I keep trying to reach for my phone, and then I realize it's up there.
It's up there, yeah. I know. Let me just look it up. No, but what was the thing? Oh yeah, great multitude witnesses.
Are there the Revelations heavenly witnesses rejoicing or something like that? But honestly, all the liturgical argument, or the liturgy being done in heaven, that's all the evidence you need. Like, we don't even need it. I think that may have been what I was thinking
for me,
about.
like, the historical aspect is really what like shatters everything else.
Well, also, are you talking about what all the early church did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like every church was derived from that.
Well, because like, okay, so I remember arguing with a Baptist friend of mine. Great guy. I was like, what came first? The Church or the Bible?
Oh,
That's
I
like the
ask that
trump
all the
card.
time.
That's the
I
trump
ask that all
card.
the
Now,
time.
that is the Protestant trump card. And I love, like I said, I love these guys to death. They're really good friends of mine. But they're
The
just
worst
at
thing is
different
the
spots.
Protestants that aren't taking it seriously enough to where they're like, well, I don't know, but I also don't care.
Yeah, I tend to not argue foolish arguments, right? Sometimes I get rage baited.
Bro, I got rage baited by
There's a couple of
somebody
things
I
I
was
need,
very
I
close
need to
with.
confess. Yeah, there's some things I need to confess where I get rage baited.
My life confession is going to be crazy.
No, mine is too, bro. I'm gonna need that 3-hour slot.
Father Thomas, I know you're standing. You might want to sit down.
Yeah.
Right?
Papa squat, Father.
Yeah. By the end, he's just sitting there.
Nah, Father's gonna it's gonna be like Seraphim Rose, bro. He's gonna tell me all my sins.
Bro, I wish. That'd be so easy. Lucas said that was his worst fear, bro.
Yeah, no, that is crazy work. But yeah, so it's just the ideas of it, like Sola Scriptura fell. Then I was like, okay, start going to mass. And I was like, this is cool. This is different. I remember this as a kid, and I have never been to a liturgy.
St. Mark's Mass, though?
Is not really mass, though. Like,
No.
I kind of agree. Well, the Novus Ultras, I'm not a big fan of. Especially when I've never experienced the liturgy, though, before.
Yeah.
So this is me going from Protestantism, like, okay, there's no fog machine. Thank God. Right? Glory to God.
Where's the rock band? I like that where it says it's like Protestants saying that Catholics and Orthodox are idol worshippers, and then it says the church they go back to, and it's all the people just don't.
Bro, well, I just like to pray in church, and you can't pray in a Protestant church. It's very hard to. But I'm not trying to dump on Protestantism.
No, I'm
It
dumping
has
on
its-
Protestantism.
I'm not trying to be a chud, bro, because there's people that do love God, and they just don't know Orthodoxy yet.
No, I know that, but I can
Deacon
still.
Nico has this crazy analogy. You ready? We're the Orthodox Church. Christ is like our head. We are the body, right? And we're at HEB. And everyone else is the groceries that we're gonna put and cook and eat, ingest back into the body, right? Like a similar.
Crazy analogy.
I know it's a crazy analogy, but it's true though. Like you have to look at everybody. Dale even says, "Shout out, Dale."
I'm gonna get him on the pod soon.
Please.
You need to call him and put in a good word.
I will. I'll be like, yeah, come correct this chud Truitt.
I want to get his wife on because we haven't had any women on the podcast.
I know we need some women. We
need to
need
get
some
some
women
women
voices for
perspectives.
orthodoxy.
Yeah.
Please.
Yo, Hannah, I need to hit up Hannah and see if she
yeah,
wants to be
yeah,
on.
that'd be cool. Bro, stop name dropping.
What'd you say?
Stop name dropping, bro.
Well, oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I forgot the camera was there for a minute.
No, you good.
Just name dropping every single parishioner.
Nah, deadass, bro.
We've just name dropped like 7 people in the last 5 minutes, bro.
It's all good things. They're all very sweet, amazing people.
Yeah. Well,
But,
also it's like very common names, half of these.
Yeah,
so it's
true.
like,
Nah, there's gonna be someone on Reddit just like.
bro, have you been on the Christian Reddit? I had to get off there, bro. I kept getting notifications.
That's not Christian, bro.
No.
It's not. It's not.
Literally, their icon is.
Is
like,
a pride icon. It's not Christian.
It's
bro.
a pride.
Christian's such a loose word too. Not to be like a Jordan Peterson, but it is a loose word.
What does that mean, actually?
What does that
when you
mean?
when you really think about it, when you
No,
ask
but
me what do I believe,
That's the idea. Like so, like all these people are just Orthodox. They're just Orthodox curious, bro. They're gonna get there one day. It's not for us to decide, right? It's for God to decide. It's for God to change their heart, and we just gotta pray for them, right?
I can still.
You could attack the presuppositions of Protestantism.
Oh no, I'm the presuppositions I'm attacking of non-denominationalism is the amount of money that's spent on production.
Yeah, I don't like it. Well, and it's not even because of the money-wise thing. It's more because it's too loud. You go to church to separate yourself from
It's
the
all
world.
sensory. It's not about like
It's
actually
pre-list.
glorifying God. It's sensory to
As the church fathers would
to
say.
you.
It's pre-list, spiritual delusion, where you're like, oh, I felt God.
No, you just felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm not an expert on this. I'm still learning. I'm reading the Cappadocians and all this, but like the Noose Doctrine, how we are connected to God through prayer. It's very interesting stuff. And I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm not an expert. I don't want to like do something wrong.
Yeah.
But from what
So
I'm
what-
reading, is very interesting.
When I went to CBC, I did the math on their production setup.
Bro, how did you do the math? Are you Rain Man?
I looked at their production. I estimated it based on what I know some production stuff is worth, and I looked some stuff up.
Oh, because you did do politics. So you
Well,
probably
I did politics. But my mom was also a professional ballet dancer. So she
Yeah.
did productions for shows, like 4 shows, which is basically what a Protestant worship service is.
Yeah.
It's a show, and so at least non-denominationals.
Concert TED Talk.
Yeah, at least non-denominationals, especially.
Which could have its place. It's just not a church.
Well, and yeah, like you can say, hey, this is like a spiritual retreat, like we're talking to somebody who's coming up, but even then, like it should be in the context of a priest or a monk or a bishop.
I fully agree.
Unless you're going to bring up people and ask them for their testimonies to share, followed by a priest guidance. And even then, I would say no, leave it to being priests, monks, and...
Well, yeah, but even like, yeah, I agree. They spend too much money on it. Granted, I will say CBC does have a lot of charities. They do help out the community a fair amount.
Well,
to
you
be
can help
fair,
out the community all you want, but you
To
can
be
help
fair.
out the community a lot more if you weren't spending $20 million in total on a building.
Sure.
And then if you weren't spending, I don't know, like, yeah, helping out the community, why the hell do they have a splash pad, bro?
Like, splash pad.
They have a splash pad, bro, for kids.
Oh, in the park. Yeah,
You don't need a splash pad. Why they got a full jungle gym, bro? You don't need a full jungle gym, bro. They have 2.
Yeah, no,
Like a full
I can see that point as someone who is a skeptic at heart. I'm a
Olympic
skeptic
basketball
at heart.
court. They had, like, bro,
I'm
they're
a
about
skeptic at heart, bro.
Well, and then they have the overflow side, and it's like, bro, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is though, it's just like I just don't hold them to the standard of a church.
No, I literally refuse to call CBC and other Protestant mega churches a church. Like, if your church is in a strip mall,
Like I said,
and it's permanently there, there's a problem.
like I said, we know where the Holy Spirit is. We don't know where it's not.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't want to like be like, oh, be the ortho bro, right? Granted,
Well, it's not even being an ortho, bro. I thought all
but
this
I
when
don't
was a
want.
Catholic.
I don't want. Yeah. Well, it's being a trad cath or an ortho, bro. Both are equally cringe.
I don't think it's even being that. I think it's just telling the truth.
I agree. I don't want to water down Holy Orthodoxy, where I believe fully that it is the one true church, right?
What I'm just saying
church
is those
that
are my
Christ established.
criticisms. That's
Yeah,
it.
and those are fair criticisms.
Yeah.
I'm just not trying to be too much of a chud. I'm trying to be.
Homie's trying to act like he ain't like this in private.
I am like this.
Like
bro.
he ain't like this on the phone call, bro.
But no.
He's calling me on the phone call, bro. Don't make me out you, bro.
Nah,
I
chill,
know too
chill.
much.
You do know too much. No. Okay, my thing is this though, where it's like I said, I think that there's people there that just don't know anything else.
Yeah.
And I agree. The organization, yeah, I'm not a big fan. But the people that go there, the people that go to Protestantism,
Well, yeah.
because they're
But
like,
that's
I
why
don't.
I'm refuting these things. is
Yeah,
because
exactly.
in
That's
hopes
why
that-
it needs to be refuted because I was in that spot too, right? And it served the purpose of getting me to orthodoxy
Yeah.
by showing me the errors in the system.
Yeah.
So like, my thing is, there's a lot of people who are in Protestant churches, high Protestant, that are like spiritually they're hungering for more. They need orthodoxy.
High Protestantism is also so goofy of a concept because it's like, homie,
Just be Catholic. at
how
that
you gonna
point.
permanently be Lutheran, bro?
The thing is though, is that I fully understand the criticisms of the Catholic Church.
Oh, I do too. I have my own criticism of the Catholic Church, but
Yeah.
like, bro, Lutheranism's not any better.
No, Lutheranism is worse. Like, to me, it's like, okay.
You gonna go be a Baptist, bro? An anti-Baptist?
Don't get me started on anti-Baptist. No. We ain't touching those, bro.
Nah, let's hit on it. Tell me
That's
about
such
Baptist.
a cooked theology, bro.
Let's talk about it. Why?
Well, the idea that, it's very legalistic. A lot of Protestantism is actually very legalistic. At its heart. Because they believe in PSA, right? Which is an anti-Trinitarian heresy, in my opinion.
Okay.
Right? Where it's like God the Father is wrathful, and he puts his judgment on the Son. Right? Like, God is judge. He hates us. We're so evil. Like, it was an Augustine position. But even Augustine was like,
I think Augustine was just blackpilling, bro. I think he was.
He was just a black pill chud, like, based, I guess, you know? But, like, the thing is that Augustine was like, I submit my writings to the church. And that's why we still revere him as a saint. Because Augustine wasn't a heretic in the sense that just because he got stuff wrong, it doesn't mean that he wasn't up for correction.
That's what I say. Like, the saints disagree with each other all the time.
Yeah.
Doesn't make him any less of a saint.
And to me, that's what proves orthodoxy for me, because we have the synods, right?
Yep.
We have the councils. Like, read Acts 15, Acts 17, right? Like, read these chapters in the Bible, and you're like, this functions a lot like Nicaea. like Ephesus, like Carthage, right?
Like all of the modern Orthodox Church does.
Yeah, and like the councils does, and like the authority, the normative authority. Protestants don't have any normative authority,
No.
right? And the Catholics will argue, well, the Pope, well, the papal doctrine. I could be wrong on this, but the papal infallibility wasn't really around till the 1800s.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if I'm correct on this.
I believe it was around there. And then it was only used, like enforced once, and it backfired terribly.
Yeah. And temporal magistrum as well, where the Pope is like some world leader, world emperor.
Yeah.
Right? And that was a dogma where you had to believe that or you weren't Catholic.
Yep.
And you were outside the body of Christ. They couldn't take communion.
Yep.
Right? And that's the thing. It's like...
That's when you start taking advantage of your power over the sacraments to discriminate people based on power issues, and that's where it starts to become heavy corruption, bro.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's just like, bro, it's like, look, the idea is that, you know, it's very legalistic. Like, Orthodoxy is devoid of legalism, where the church should always and will always be a hospital for the sick. St. John Chrysostom, yeah.
It's mysticism.
It's mysticism, right? It's mystical. It's like, we don't know.
Catholicism is so legalistic. It's like, let me go grab the catechism, and I can find an answer to every single question you have of if that's a sin or not, and if that's wrong or not, or what the church says about that.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like, okay, y'all are just presupposing stuff about God's nature that just isn't true.
Yeah.
Right? And then also, y'all kind of just take the cross, and in my opinion, diminish it. They're like, y'all are diminishing the cross. No.
How so?
Because with PSA, where Catholics have fixed their doctrine on this, but originally, or like, this is more like a Calvinist thing, where the cross is only to wipe away sins, right?
Yeah.
But in reality, the
thing about that doesn't also make any sense is, go ahead and read me what Christ tells the paralyzed man when he heals him.
Exactly.
He says, your sins are forgiven.
Given of you.
He doesn't say, you're healed, go now. He says, your sins are forgiven, now go. So how is Christ forgiving sins prior
to the
cross?
Right. And that's the
cross was the ultimate show of mercy.
Right. Cross is a show. It's an example to us. Right. It's for the forgiveness of sins. Yes, the atonement, the perfect sacrifice. But it's to unite us with God. Catholics, I think they believe. I don't know if they believe in theosis, but I don't think they believe in it like we do. Right.
No, not in the same way. I mean, it's not taught, at least, or even talked about.
Protestants never touch theosis. Even if they do, they say, "Oh, we're justified, so we're saved. We're saved." Right.
We had this discussion with, you know who.
Yeah.
Who I'm eventually gonna have at the podcast. I already name dropped him, but you know who.
Yeah.
We talked to him about that, and I didn't ask him if he was okay with being name dropped, so forgive me. You know who you are. But,
y'all can yell at Truett. He name dropped everybody.
Yeah,
I didn't name drop anybody.
Y'all can yell at me all you want. But anyway, what was I saying now? Oh yeah. Wait, what was I saying?
Oh, we had the discussion about theosis.
Oh yes. He was kind of like, what does that mean? And I was like, okay, Paul, God's by grace. Like when he says God's by grace, and he just kind of was like, oh. I was like, yeah, it doesn't mean like Mormons become God. So,
No.
But the way I always describe it is like a mirror. You become a mirror for God. Like you can see the sun through that person. You can feel the essence through that person.
My understanding is that
there's miracles worked through that person, but you're not the sun itself.
You can't partake in the essence of God. That's why the essence energy distinction is important.
You can reflect it.
Right. You can reflect that. You have the energies.
Yeah.
Right. Like love, grace, mercy. Right. You know, you can have those energies, but you can't have the essence that literally makes God. It can't be omnipresent, omnipotent. You can't have that, right? You can't have that.
Those are the semantics that I'm not super familiar with. Is the semantics, but the way I describe it is like the feeling of God, the miracles that are worked, the impossible that is
I think
worked
becoming
through
an image of God is a great way to put it.
And that's why I say becoming like a mirror.
And I almost, in my mind, to me, it's like a restoration. I'm not an expert on theosis.
Yeah, that too. That's what Dale said. Dale had said that it's like a restoration.
You get a restorative state to what you were originally called to be.
Yep.
And you're able to have that communion with God again.
That's why like St. Paisios and St. Seraphim of Sarov were able to speak to animals.
And they like they like their face shown sometimes. Going Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Let's get into conspiracy theories, bro.
Let's do it. Yeah, we can talk about this all day. Well, we got to save some extra aura. I'm gonna come back with some notes, and we can talk.
We're gonna
about
have you
this
back
all
on
day.
later on.
We'll talk about apologetic.
All right, what's your favorite conspiracy theory, bro? That wouldn't get you.
Yeah, that doesn't get me. Yeah,
fired from. College,
I don't have
bro.
any that would get me fired from college. You know.
Yeah,
but,
you do, bro.
No, I don't. I'm a very genuine, like, level-headed guy. But my favorite conspiracy theories are the ones that aren't conspiracy theories, right?
Said every conspiracy theorist ever.
So, like,
It's true.
well, actually, I'll give you the funniest conspiracy theory is Agartha. Agartha, hands down, is the funniest conspiracy theory.
What do you mean?
Oh, you don't know about Agartha?
No,
So, in World War II, the Germans were very, very fond of finding out, like, the ice wall, right? They're, like, building these, like, weird planes. So, Agartha is this idea of, like, hollow Earth, right?
Oh yeah.
Tolkien was really big into Agartha. Middle Earth is based off of this, right?
Oh yeah.
So, like, this idea that we have, like, a civilization under Earth, and it just has the funniest memes, I think. The Agartha memes are really funny. But it's this idea of, like,
They are pretty funny.
yeah, they are really funny.
It
right?
is so weird that the Nazis were experimenting with all that. I gotta use the restroom real quick, but keep talking about conspiracies.